of us. Hello, my darling. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. We are here. This is Looming with Cheryl and Izzalicious Designs. And hopefully you know which one of us is which.
They might, with seeing the pictures, I think it pops up.
You don't think it's our accents?
Well, that that too. That might give it away. So everybody, we're doing our Q&A today, and so we're going to answer your questions.
Oh my gosh, I've got so many. I don't even know where to start. Okay, you read your questions and I'll read my questions, okay? Because otherwise it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, we'll take turns with a question.
Okay, you go first, my darling.
Okay, I'm going to start off with Cool Mom 59 from Instagram.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah, she asked me, I'm curious if you use any crochet patterns and turn them into Amigurumi patterns. I do not use crochet patterns.
Ditto.
Just as I designed with a loom, I'm designing with my Amigurumi. So it's the exact same thing. I spent way too much time on a design that I take apart, and if it's not going my way, I take it apart, I redo it, I take apart just one row and get the shape that I actually want. So I do not use crochet patterns to come up with my designs.
Yep, I'm the same. I'm the same as you. I have actually done 2 crochet patterns, but that was in conjunction with the designer of the crochet patterns, and that was the Christmas pudding and also the awareness ribbon.
Yes.
But they are the only 2, and you actually bring up a really good point that people should be aware of. You can't just make a tutorial on somebody else's pattern, whether it's crochet or not. If somebody's done it in crochet, that's a tutorial, and you are a copyright violator if you copy their pattern. So you have to be really, really careful with that one.
Yes.
Okay, I am asked by Panda Looms from Instagram, do you prefer to make bracelets or charms?
I have that question somewhere.
Oh, well, as you know, I think there's a grand total of 25 bracelets that I've made, and most of those have actually got a charm on them. And I'm really, really bad at bracelets. So I would have to say that I more go towards the charms side of things. Thank you for your question, Panda Looms.
Can I please point something out? I have
Yes.
one bracelet on my channel. I have one. So I do love bracelets. I started off making
Same.
bracelets. I had to be reminded that I started off with making bracelets from some friends.
Yeah, I did
my
too.
My bracelet was supposed to be a cape. So I was trying to create a cape.
Oh, I love it.
You fail. And that's my bracelet.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, no, I started with bracelets too and got really bored. But I just don't have the mind to think of the new designs. God knows how Rob from Justin's Toys does it. He's the most fabulous bracelet maker. And all those other guys.
It's amazing how different all of them are.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's incredible. But the color combos, if you know me, I am not good with colors.
I'm the same. All right, go
on. Next question. I was actually asked, what books have you read by Lucia? What books
I was asked the same.
Have you read, and do you recommend any? Listen, I love to read books, but the only opportunities I'm getting to read books is the Magic Tree House. They are the children's series. We are on series number 12.
Okay.
So those are the only books that I'm getting to read now, and I recommend anybody that has small children get the Magic Tree House.
We have just started those with his Izzy.
Excellent.
Yeah, we're just starting with those. I got asked the same question by Lucia, and I'm into sci-fi fantasy. Love sci-fi fantasy. Love the Hobbit from Tolkien. Loved all the Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter's and all of that stuff. I love magic and wizards and dragons and everything like that. So sci-fi fantasy and werewolves. I love werewolves and vampires as well.
Very good. Yeah, I'm too busy looming now. No.
Well, I have to read before bed. I have to read at least a page. Otherwise, I'm actually currently reading the Outlander series, which is quite fun.
Oh.
I am asked, let me see, let me pick one. I'm going to pick a YouTube one here. This is from Caitlin. Now, you know that Cheryl and I are going to mess up last names and probably first names.
Yeah.
Caitlin Lanese, Lanese. She goes, I think you were the first person to do Loomigurumi. Did you actually do Amigurumi before, or did you see it with crocheting and try to do it with rubber bands? I don't think I was I don't know if I was the first. I was one of the first. I was definitely one of the first three, I guess, to do it. I think I was probably one of the first to do a lot of tutorials on it. Don't you think, Cheryl?
Yeah.
Yeah, and to work out the different stitches and to teach others how to do it. I have never crocheted before. I still cannot really crochet with yarn, so no, I hadn't actually done amigurumi before. I'd seen what I had seen were people like Trudy Anglis and Joanne Louise Johnson, and they were doing these most amazing creations, and I thought, oh, I have to teach myself how to do that. That's fantastic. And I use a different style of crochet than them, but they are my people that started me off. So yeah,
Very
had to
good.
teach myself.
I'm going to go with the next question.
Okay.
Have you ever broken your hook before? I haven't broken the metal ones, but I did in my tutorial for Sonic. I believe it was Sonic. I broke my hook during that video, and I was so embarrassed.
Oh, that's funny.
I was so embarrassed, and I didn't know how to edit or cut, and I just thought, you know what, it's happening to everybody, so
Yeah.
it happened to me. I was wearing out my hook, and it broke.
I have to say, I've only ever broken a plastic hook.
That's right.
And I would never use a plastic hook. If given the choice now, it would be metal hook every single time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, next question.
Me, Facebook, Jinx B Haven. This is for both of us. Do you ladies graph out your designs like Courtney from How to Loom Your Dragon? No. I'm usually sitting there in front of the TV watching a show, and I fiddle and faff around and think, oh, this kind of looks like this, or I'll have an idea in my head and I just sort of go with it. So I have a notebook beside me, and each round that I do or each stitch that I do, I write it down. But no, I'm not really pre-prepared. I'm a fly by the seat of my pants kind of girl.
I end up creating something and it doesn't go what I wanted to. So it ends up being something else. For instance, my cow, I was trying to do a giraffe.
Oh, I love it.
And it is such a cute giraffe, but it doesn't look like a giraffe. So I took away the neck and made a cow. That's one of the examples. But I can guarantee you all my designs is what my lion was supposed to be a dog. It was supposed to be a dog.
I love it.
And I changed the color of bands, and I started to see a lion, but I started to see, what's that other, oh my God, I forgot what the other animal is. This is how nervous I am. A hedgehog. It was starting to look like a hedgehog, so I changed the color of bands and I got a lion.
Oh, fun. Oh, I've got a question. Iris_handmaids from Instagram. Two of my favorites teaming up. I love it. Question for both of you. Was it white and gold or blue and black?
It was white and gold.
It was blue and black.
It was white and gold. It was clearly white and gold. Everywhere I went, it was white and gold.
That is fun. Do you know, though, there was one time I would have sworn up the street and down the street that it was blue and black. And then the next morning I looked at it and I was like, oh my gosh, it's white and gold.
Yeah.
So I think it depends.
I saw a screenshot and it was blue, but come on,
yeah.
It was white and gold. Yeah. Okay, next question from Eric. What is your favorite design that you guys made? Mine was my Wile E. Coyote.
Okay.
That is my favorite because I loved watching the show when I was little.
Yeah, yeah.
I was proud of myself.
Let me think. Probably
just snort.
You're allowed to snort. My first little 3D, my octopus. I just think of that so fondly. It was sort of the first little 3D thing other than the ball that I'd made, and I just loved it. So I would say probably my octopus.
Good.
Okay, I have got again. This is another one by Iris. Who are your guys' children named after?
Oh.
That's a good one. My child is Isabella. We shorten it to Izzy. Isabella was my grandfather's mother's name. And then her middle name is Mary, which is a family name. And she has a second middle name, as do I, which is Morgan. And that is my grandparents' their last name. We didn't have any boys in the family who have got children. We have one boy in the family. He's not had children yet. So the name Morgan was going to die out. And I was very, very close to my grandparents. So that's where her names come from. What about you, Cheryl?
Okay. With my first one, Daniel, everybody told me I was having a girl, so we had girls' names picked. And then when he was born, we didn't have a name. He was called Spinelli for a couple of days. And I believe my sister-in-law is the one who said, looks like a Daniel. Lucas, I loved the name Luca, but my husband said, no, not Luca, for many other reasons. So I said, okay, Lucas, and don't argue that.
Yeah, I've just given birth. Don't argue with me.
Mm-hmm. So Matthew, I was really sick for a weekend, and I was watching Matthew McConaughey's movies. It was back-to-back movies of Matthew McConaughey. So I said, we naming him Matthew. Yes, Matthew. So that's how I got their names.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, you'll go.
Okay. From Eric again, how do you guys figure out how to do amigurumi with rubber bands? That question was answered. How do you do it? I learned off Kate I learned off you watching your beginner's guide.
Yeah.
It took me a month to get that magic circle and then to add, and I kept playing. It took me a month to figure out how to create a design. So it actually took me a month to figure out how to do my heart.
Okay. It's a good heart.
I like it.
I do too.
Your question.
Okay, I am asked here. Gosh, I've got to think of one here. Rebecca Moran. Do you like nachos and why? I love nachos. I love nachos. They're so good. They're so messy and delicious and tasty, and they've got sour cream and I love mine with guac. Yeah, love nachos.
Can I just say I hate putting my fingers in my mouth. I hate it. But you give me nachos, I'm putting my fingers in my mouth.
I'm much the same, but I hate it under my nails. And now that we're doing looming, I'm so conscious of everything I have under my nails.
Yeah, I was washing my Ugg boots because they say you can wash them. Nobody wash your Ugg boots. I dipped them in water and my hands were black. And I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? Seriously, my hands are black. So a friend of mine told me, dip them in bleach. I'm like, are you serious?
So now you got spotted ones.
It worked. No, they're garbage.
Oh.
I don't know. Somebody needs to tell me how to wash Ugg boots. But anyway.
You shove them in the washing machine.
Oh, God. Okay, next question.
Go on.
Let's see. How do you create, by Anna Marie Galendo, how do you create your Loomigurumi creation?
Who is asking this?
Anna Maria Galendo.
Oh, okay.
Just by practicing. I'm at it all the time, and it takes me a long time to do one design. It really does. It takes me about the whole week. I'm not a pro at it. I just keep playing.
I have to say, mine don't take that long to come up with, but I usually do it while I'm relaxing. The kiddo's gone to bed. I've got my glass of wine. I'm watching my show, and I'm sitting there looming, and then I'm like, the next morning, oh no, how did I make this? Because I didn't write it down. I was so busy watching my show and drinking my wine. And then I have to sort of deconstruct what I've made.
Okay.
Okay. I'm asked here by Chloe, why did you start looming? I started because my little girl went to a birthday party and saw somebody else get a rainbow loom. And she's like, Mummy, I really, really want one. I was like, okay, they're not very expensive. I'll get you one for a present. So I bought her the rainbow loom, and she got halfway through a bracelet and said, oh, I've had enough of this, don't like it, and gave it to me. And I was like, I don't know what to do, but that's how I started. I watched I think it was Rob from Justin Toys. I watched a video, and I'm hearing an echo, Cheryl.
Are you?
Yeah, are we good?
Yeah, I don't hear anything.
Okay, and so that's how I started. It was her. She handballed it to me. Went to school, came back. Everybody said they loved her bracelet, and had all these little requests for everybody else in her classroom.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah.
I work at an educational toy store. Just to get out of the house, really. I love working there, and we sell Rainbow Loom there, and we got the demo in to figure out how to use it. And so I was handed this demo, the Loom, and they said, Cheryl, go figure it out. I went home and I just read, what do I do with this? The instructions are just so simple. There's got to be something else with this. And then I discovered YouTube videos.
Uh-huh.
I did a lot of PG Loomis's videos.
Yeah.
And I made your little karate dude, what's the ninja.
Oh, okay.
And I was playing around with it and just changed up a few things. And that's how I started.
I started with PG Loomis's The Hello Kitty.
I didn't do that one.
I love that one, yeah.
I did quite a few of his figures, the same one.
Uh-huh. Nice.
Next question. What do you guys do with all your creations? Huge fan from India, Sheena Grover.
Uh-huh.
I hope I said her name right. My creations, I give to children. I don't make as many of the same ones anymore, so I usually have two that I show you in the video.
Yeah.
They get put into just a reusable shopping bag. It's in the closet. I don't really do anything with it.
Yeah, I'm much the same. I have one of those big tubs that you can get from like Target, and usually I make the one that is my pro forma, the main, the one that I've worked on, and then I have to recreate it. So I end up with two of everything. And as soon as I've made things, Izzy sort of snaffles them as hers, and she gives them to girlfriends and friends and stuff like that. We've given a couple as birthday presents, but yeah, I don't end up with heaps of them. Usually just two.
Yeah.
I've got a question from Looming with Katie from Instagram. Do you think you will continue looming? Will you ever stop? Well, as long as there's people watching me, I think I'm going to keep going.
Yeah, I'm having fun still.
Same. Yeah.
I'm having such a great time doing it.
I think once the fun stops, maybe that's different. But yeah, there's still so many ideas in my head and not enough hours in the day to get them all out. So,
like, sleep is overrated, I know, but I still need to do it. Another question from Miriam. In your experience, how long do rubber bands last without breaking? So I have never had the problem. I have my same creations that I started off with, and I think it's August of 2013 I started. Yeah. And I still have those. So I am using Rainbow Loom rubber bands. Do you want to finish the rest of that sentence?
I do have problems with them. I've been told, and I'm not a loom snob, a band snob. I sort of choose by color, and so I've used quite a few. And some of the different brands that are not Rainbow Loom brand absolutely do crack and crumble. I had one that was actually, they went solid, and when I picked up the design, it sort of crumbled in my hands. I was like, oh my gosh. I've not had that with Rainbow Loom. So it is worthwhile for the investment to get those bands. Truly, if you seriously don't want your bands to break, use silicone bands, not rubber bands. They're harder to work with, but silicone does not rot like rubber rots. Yeah. And I've heard tricks with the rubber is that you can use a silicone-based spray, and you can put a bit of spray on, and it just sort of keeps them supple and whatnot. So that might help.
Or Armorall, they say to spray.
Yeah, and there's a Sealy's product as well that you can use.
Okay.
I'm asked by I'm gonna eat all your cookies. If you could go to the moon, what would you do?
Oh my God, I would scream.
I've been to the moon. I've been to the moon. I've played Minecraft. I've been to the moon. I built my rocket. I flew there.
I would do it. I would do it. Mind you, I can't stand roller coasters, so I don't know how I would do in that rocket.
Oh no, I'd be sick. I'd love the two things I want to do: eat cereal while in space. Wouldn't that be fun? And my horror would be trying to go to the bathroom in space. That would be awful. What would I do at the moon? I want to jump as high as I possibly could.
Yes.
I think I'd just spend my time jumping.
Yes. Question. Why did you start your YouTube channel?
Yeah.
I started my YouTube channel because of Kate.
I told you to.
Kate messaged me. I'm just going to tell this really fast. Kate messaged me one day to say, hey, listen, put your stuff on YouTube. And she's giving me this conversation, and she's just typing and messaging me, and she's just typing. And within that message that she's sending to me, she goes, oh, and by the way, I'm Izzalicious Designs from YouTube. And I'm like, I know who you are. I know who. I didn't, of course, I remain cool, but I'm like to my husband, check this out. Like, this is wicked. And you only had, I'm not going to say only, I'm not going to use that word. You had 7,000 subscribers at that time. I'll never forget. And I just,
how funny.
Oh my God, she's the God. She's messaging me, telling me to put my stuff on YouTube. So everybody, Kate is who started me out. So I'm forever grateful.
That is hilarious. You fangirl, you. Yeah. I'm like that with Kim, made by Mummy. I'm like that. Oh my God, she talked to me. I know, she's a darling. Diary of Katie Day. How old are you? Oh, I'm a little bit older than my teeth, and I'm the same age as my tongue. I'm 49 this year. Can you believe that? Yeah. 49-year-old with a 48-year-old with a 7-year-old daughter. I'm crazy.
Can I point out to everybody, if you've ever seen a picture of Kate, she does not look her age. So yeah, I think she's lying.
My chubby skin fills out all the wrinkles. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking with it. So how old are you, Cheryl?
I am 38. Yep.
And you don't look a day over 20. You're still I saw your wedding photo. What, you were 18 in that? You're beautiful.
I was just shy of 18 when I got married. I've been married 21 years this year.
Oh, that's beautiful. I've only been married 8 years. I was married before, though, which Izzy cannot get her head round, the fact that I was married before.
Ooh.
That's quite a funny one.
So funny.
Okay. Is it your turn?
Oh, yeah, my turn. This is from Jessie Popowich.
I have one for her.
What's the average amount of versions you go through designing an item before you do tutorial for us? Listen,
she's a naughty girl.
She knows exactly how many versions. My zebra head took 22 tries before getting a zebra head. And
do you unpick them, Cheryl?
Okay, my zebra head, I was so nervous. So no, they went in the garbage. I tried to unpick them, which is very easy to do, but I'm like, no. I need to move on to the next design.
Oh, that's funny.
Zebra took me 2 weeks to make.
22 heads. She's asked me a question as well. She's a very naughty girl. She goes, what's the fastest amount of time you've ever created one of your awesome designs? I think I was on the telephone with her at the time.
Yeah.
And it was Peter Pan. And I haven't even done a tutorial on. I'm holding him right now. Haven't even done a tutorial on him. I need to. And I think, how long did it take me, Cheryl? Was it 5 minutes?
Yeah, it was very fast. it was a little bit too fast for my liking.
And I was going, is this all right? Is this all right? It's just my first draft. And she's like, oh my goodness, it's great. I hate you. Well, there we go.
Okay, you have a question.
I'm trying. Oh, yes. Chelsea Taylor. Have you ever forgotten to press record while doing a segment for a tutorial and had to redo it? No, I have pressed record. My problem is I once recorded a whole tutorial out of focus and had to redo the whole thing. And the other time I was out of camera lens. I hadn't adjusted the camera. So all these intricate little stitches I was doing, you couldn't see a thing. So I had to redo that.
Well, I've been out of focus. I have not been in the camera. I have forgotten to push record numerous amount of times.
Oh, no.
I was talking to you the last time. I have recorded sideways, upside down. who was it? My Squirtle, everything was upside down. You know,
No.
that video might be an hour and 48 minutes, but it also takes me 6 hours to do the video because I waste too much time laying out the bands and being organized. So it takes me about 6 hours to do the video. It was all upside down or sideways.
Oh, darling, that would annoy me.
Terrible.
All right.
Okay. What do you guys do in your free time? I have 3 boys, so we do a lot. I pick up 1 from work, 2 from school. I work part-time. It's nice outside now, so the weather's warm, so there's a lot of park, bike riding, swimming. I love being outdoors.
For me, I have just Izzy. It's just Izzy, Aaron, and I, and she does jujitsu. She's done that since she was 4. She's now 7. So we do jujitsu 3 times a week, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturdays. She does swimming. We also have started doing roller skating. She's got her first competition this weekend. So we do that whenever we can as well. We're big geeks, this family. I mean, if you walked into our study, we've all got dual computers. There's computers everywhere. We game, we play Minecraft together as a family. She's really into outdoorsy stuff as well, loves riding her bike, her scooter, skating outside. So a bit of everything, really. We're sort of geeky, outdoory, sportsy people.
Fun. I also love rollerblading.
I couldn't rollerblade to save my life.
I've broken a few things, but I keep going. Keep going. Just keep going.
Okay, I have one from, is it my turn?
Yep.
Okay. Misty Sissy asks, can you make an amigurumi cat? How do you guys come up with the designs? Well, I'm probably not going to make a cat anytime soon. I know Vicstar has quite a nice cat up there. You might want to check that out. She's a lovely girl from Australia. How do I come up with my designs? Really, it's just things I'm interested in. Things that Izzy's interested in. I have a to-do list of all the things that you guys have suggested. Sometimes I'll just see something or have a brain fart and think, oh, that would be really cool to do, or whatever. So, or sometimes it's seasonal, like, Father's Day is coming up, and so I'm sort of thinking, gosh, what can I do that would be Father's Day-ish? And so far I haven't got an idea.
Neither do I. So the same question from Olivia asked me that, and how do you know where to start? I have the same basic math in each one of my designs.
I think everybody does.
It's a basic math. I'm going to increase by the same amount. I'm going to decrease by the same amount. I'm just looming by the same amount until I get that body, till I get those proportioned little body parts. And it's just a basic math that I'm doing. Okay, next question. By Meta, have you guys met in real life? I've never met in real life.
No.
I speak to Kate every single day except Saturdays and Sundays because she seems too busy.
That's my busy Izzy time.
I don't speak to Kate in the evenings. It's usually during the day and then late at night because I am working then. So we do, and she makes me laugh every day.
You're my BFF, my looming BFF, really. It's funny how, well, I mean, we both have lots of other friends as well, but it's sort of like, because we both do the Amigurumi and we both sort of have the children and everything, we've just sort of become great friends on here, and it's nice to have a chum that you can bounce ideas off.
Right. Your question now.
All right. I am asked, what is the most useful thing that you have made on the Rainbow Loom? Gosh, useful. I don't think I've made anything particularly useful other than just useful as fun. What have you made that's useful, Cheryl? I'm looking through my videos now. Somebody else asked me how many videos. 457. And I'm looking through 457 to find anything useful. Probably my tutorials on the reviews and tips and tricks and stuff like that. That's probably the most useful.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
There's a good answer for this, I'm sure. There's a good answer.
Maybe the covers for the Easter eggs, they were pretty useful.
You're making me look bad right now. I think you just answered 3 things. Uh,
I
my
snorted.
my my stuff is useful because it brings people happiness.
There we go.
It does. I think so. I'm happy. If I'm happy, you're happy. We're all
Yeah.
happy.
If
Okay.
mum ain't happy, no one's happy.
Right now yeah. Um, why did you start Lumigurumi? I always wanted to do 3D. Like I really always wanted to make a 3D. That's why I went with my bellies and stuff. I wanted that 3D form to make it look like an actual toy that you can play with. I am a fan of stuffed animals. I love the look of stuffed animals, and why can't I just make that stuffed animal?
Yeah.
I love it.
I think did I possibly come up with one of the first 3D, the little ball that we now use as the Dum Dum cover, the little lollipop cover. That was my first 3D thing, and I think it was probably one of the first. I think other people had done balls, but they had not worked out, whereas this one did, and so I think that was probably one of the first 3D things, and from there it just boomed.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Yeah. So somebody asked me how old I was, so I've done that. Somebody asks me what countries I've been to, and I can't see the name of it. Hasn't printed out properly. I've been all over. Oh, here we go. Sea Dude 2306. Where have you been in your life abroad? Well, I was born in England, so I've been obviously to England, Wales, Ireland. I've been across to Europe. I've done France, Germany, Spain, Portugal. Then I moved at 17 to Australia, so I've done Hong Kong, Brunei, Singapore, Australia. Gosh, I'm trying to think where else I've been. I've been to New Zealand. I've been loads of places. I was very lucky. My stepfather was in the army, British Army. So every 2 years we used to get posted somewhere else. And then as an adult, I've flown to quite a few places with business and stuff like that. America, I've been to America. I haven't been to Canada. I really want to go to Canada, and I really, really want to go to Scotland. 2 places that I really want to do. I've been to France. I've been to Paris. Bordeaux. Where have you been?
I've been to a lot of places. I've been fortunate that for March breaks, summer holidays, Christmas, we always went away. My favorite place that I've ever went to was Margarita Island. It is a beautiful, beautiful island. My dad is from Venezuela, so I have been there. He was raised from small in Trinidad. That's where the family all lives. I've been to Malta.
Lovely.
I took on a job for a week, and each day I had to be in a different country.
Wow.
And I had to shop in that country for the entire day and then hop on a plane and go to the next country. I lasted a week. I couldn't do it.
Wow,
I love shopping. That was the hardest thing I've ever had to do.
Bet.
I lasted a week, 7 days.
Gosh.
Couldn't do it anymore. I was as Gravol, lots of does anybody know what Gravol is?
No.
When you're sick, it's a medicine that just tries to...
Oh, you have told me about that, because I thought you were saying you were eating gravel.
No, it's a medicine that you get off the counter, and it's supposed to take that sickness, that feeling away from your stomach. Okay, somebody asked me, Rosalie, have you ever got frustrated while looming something? My first Lumigurumi was chopped up several times. I was enjoying with the scissors and just chopping them up. I was so disappointed with myself because I am a calm person. I am a nice person, and I was frustrated. And I took my frustration out on this little animal.
I think everybody gets frustrated.
Yeah, so nobody's allowed to use scissors.
No, God, no. Don't use
scissors. Use the scissors. Walk away, breathe.
Use it as scissors that kill you. I am asked by Mythic Luma, would you rather eat a llama or have a llama eat you?
Oh,
I'd eat the llama.
I'd eat the llama. I don't want to eat the llama.
Given a choice, I'd eat anything rather than have them eat me.
Yeah. No, yeah.
I'd eat spider, I'd eat snake. It wouldn't even worry me. I'd absolutely, no, nobody's eating me.
Yeah, no. No, I'm running for life. When did you start looming? I started looming in 2013.
Same.
Okay.
I think I was around July. I started around July of 2013, but my first video didn't go up until December 2013 because I didn't know what YouTube was. I didn't know that I knew what YouTube was to watch, but I didn't know that I could do YouTube.
Oh, very good. I started my channel in March, I think, of the end of March.
Uh-huh.
I put up one video, and then it took me a month to put up my next video.
Okay.
No reasons. I was just waiting for my pieces that were coming from China to help me film.
Mm, mm. I'm asked by Looming with VPK, how much time do you have looming? I consider it my job now. It is my job, and I'm a stay-home mum. Well, my kiddo's at school, and so when she's at school, I loom. I take her to school, drop her off, and from the moment I step foot back in my house until the moment I pick her up, I'm doing my job. I'm looming. I'm either, excuse me, designing or recording, editing, rendering, uploading, pulling my hair out, sorting. I hate sorting bands, but sorting out my bands. Now it's school holidays and Izzy's in summer camp because she'd be absolutely stir crazy if she was here with me 5 days a week. So she's got 3 days at summer camp. So it's drastically reduced the amount of time that I can actually work while she's home on vacation.
I just do it. I don't seem to clean anymore, so my husband comes home and says, "Really, really?" But everybody, just so you know, at 3 o'clock every day, I pick up my bands because they are from my kitchen counters to my kitchen table to my family room floor to my family room couch. There's bands everywhere, and at 3 o'clock, the kids and I just kind of put them back in their Ziploc bags, play basketball, put them into reusable bags, and clean up. And then I shove them in a closet so it doesn't look like that's what I was doing all day.
Oh, that's funny. My office, as I said, we're geeks, and we have Aaron and I have desks that are sort of, we face each other, but our monitors are in the way. So, our desks face each other, and Izzy is on the side. But it used to be a lovely, tidy office. Well, mine is just like a band explosion of tubs and cases, and yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna Alexis. I want to say Bloom, but it's Alexis BLOM 2014. Hi. Who inspired you to rainbow loom, or what inspired you? I just want to point this out that everybody that watches me and leaves me comments and such nice feedback, that is what inspires me. There's some days where I just want to say, okay, I'm too tired. I can't do another one. This is just, I give up because of I can't figure out my next design because probably I'm overtired. But when I get those such nice comments and feedback, it's okay, I can do another one. I can do another one.
Yeah, I have to agree. I think the inspiration for actually doing something comes from what I see or what you guys suggest or what Izzy wants or just things that we're into. But the momentum to keep going when sometimes the comments that we get on our channels are just disgusting. Both of us, I think, have our channels set to moderation where we have to approve each and every comment. And some of the stuff that you guys don't see is just disgusting. Bordering, there's bullying, harassment, obscenities. And so when you get bombarded with that day in, day out, you have to have something pretty awesome to make you forget about that and keep going. And yeah, Cheryl's right. That's you guys. Because you hear these fabulous stories of somebody who was, just the other day, somebody said, I was born with a stroke and I have severe limitations on what I can do, and doing this helps my hands so much, thank you so much, and other stories like that. One was for my ladybug was a girl had lost her daughter. I mean, didn't lose her. Her daughter died, and her nickname was Bug, and she loved ladybugs, and so we made it in her honor. Something like that, which is so heartfelt and so emotional. To be able to be a part of that is just awesome.
That's nice.
So that's the inspiration for me. Yeah. I get asked by Sing, Dance, Act, Love, Life, is your girl interested in looming? No.
Okay, I'm going to point this one out. My kids, no. My little one watches me and he always says, "Good job, mommy," with a thumbs up.
Yes,
I get a
yes,
thumbs up.
I'm the
Or,
same.
"Wow, mommy, you should really try again." But 3 weeks ago, my son came home on a Thursday and said, "Mommy, there's this girl at school. You have to know. He's in grade 1. There's this girl at school. Can we make her a bracelet with those really cool solar bands?"
Oh,
So he came home and I was so excited. And I'm like, really? But for a girl, not for mommy? Um,
oh,
so he did just a very basic single bracelet, but he did it and he loomed it. But the last part to loom up, he just went, "Okay, I'm tired." And I'm like,
yeah,
"Okay, but you did that. You did that."
yeah, that's gorgeous.
Um, Alexis Bloom again asked, "What would you say your hardest, most time-consuming design is?" I'm gonna say it was my Ninja Turtle.
Mm.
Um, that took me a long time to figure out how exactly I wanted to make them. And my recent Pikachu, I've been at that for a couple of months. I left it. I came back to it. I
Hmm.
left it. It I made them very basic, but I just could not figure out how I wanted to do them.
I think my hardest one would be Scooby Doo.
Yeah, that's it. I did that.
Yeah,
I
that's a
I thought it was
toughie.
so cool.
That was a toughie. That was again, a 3D. It was a big project. Or maybe, Gobber from How to Train Your Dragon. That was quite a tricky
That
one
was
as well.
good.
That was a tricky one. Um, Anna Lara asks, "What is your favorite Lumigurumi?" And my favorite, I think, is my Izzy Busy doll for the recent stuff that I've done.
Yeah.
Um, I'm having a lot of fun with her, with all the different clothes, how she's turned out, how other people's seeing other people show me theirs and what they've done with it, and their different skin color choices, their different colors that they've made, their outfits. It makes my heart just swell. I just get so proud of them. You sort of tear up. I love it.
I smile so big whenever I see
Yeah.
somebody post my stuff. It's such an honor.
Yeah, it really
It,
is.
it
It's
is
quite
it is the
emotional.
coolest feeling.
Yeah.
Um,
What's your favorite?
my I love my animals. I don't know. I can't pick one. I love my
Mm,
animals.
mm.
I don't know. I'm just so proud of each one that I'm able to get up there. I think it's just cool.
Yeah.
Um, I've answered this is from Rosalie. She's asked when we started our channel. We both answered.
Mm.
Did you guys expect to get so many subscribers? Me? No.
No,
No.
no, not at all.
I am so thrilled.
Yeah. I mean, I say to Izzy, I've got this many people from around the world watching. And she goes, "Mummy, does that mean you're famous?" And I'm like, "No." She went, "I
No.
think you are." I'm like, "No, baby, I'm not famous, but it would be nice."
You want to ask a question?
Um, Okay, I'm asked by Artsy Amanda, "How and when did you come up with your first design? Which designs will be seeing next? A sneak peek at some future ones, maybe." My first design, I believe, was Santa, and that was the first tutorial that I did, and it was published in a book, which was the creatures book. I think it was. For some reason they put Santa in a creatures book, and I wasn't allowed to have it on my YouTube channel for a whole year, which was awful. And I was so naive, I didn't know what I was doing by signing away the right for a year. And then when I came to look at it after the year was up, I was cringing with embarrassment that it was so bad. So that was my first design. Sneak peeks, I try and do a few sneak peeks, like I've done the sneak peeks of the short in my last video. I still have Peter Pan to do on the loom. So sometimes you'll find, if you watch my videos, at the end of the videos, I shove a sneak peek in there.
Yeah, it takes me a week to do a design. There's no sneak peeks. I don't know what I'm doing next. I wish. I wish.
Sometimes it's like, oh my gosh, what should I do? What should I do? I've just got no idea. And it's also what you're in the mood to do.
Yeah, it's hard, and I love the requests. But sometimes I get so many that's overwhelming because I really want to do it, and then my brain just can't think. I just can't think.
I
I
think
do
some
have
of them are unrealistic too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I have purposely not answered any questions of will you make this, will you make that for this, because I don't know. It depends on the mood, really.
I try with some of the requests, and I can't
Oh,
do it. But
same.
I've been asked to do Pikachu a long time ago.
Mm.
I couldn't do it. I went out and said I can't do it, but I will not give up.
Mm.
So I do try. I do
Yeah.
try.
Is it your turn to ask a question?
No, go ahead.
Okay, Ingrid. Now I never know how to pronounce her surname. Ingrid Jaeger. She said, I see you've been asked twice, but I will ask the same question. I know you have tutorials from figures. Do you not like making bracelets, or is it just your choice to make figures and charms? I think people have the designers anyway, have kind of found their own little niches. So you have Made by Mummy and people like her that do the little charms and things like that. And then you have your bracelet makers. You have your Rob from Justin Toys. You have your Amanda and Monica. You have your, How to Loom and 5 Kids of Chaos and all these bracelet makers. And then you have figure makers. And I definitely fell into the category of being a figure maker. And it's just what I prefer. You sort of get a routine down pat on how you want to do things. And it just sort of flows from there. You wouldn't have very many tutorials from me if I was doing bracelets.
Yeah, that's true. I'd be spending too much time to see if it was created already.
Oh, for goodness sake, isn't that crazy? Yes.
Yeah. And if you all know me, I don't like stepping on people's toes. If I do, I don't do it purposely. I don't know. I'm very apologetic.
Mm.
It's not something that I honestly want to do, is step on people's toes.
Well, the other thing is there's so very many ways of doing the same thing. When I did my whale, I had absolutely no idea that somebody else had done a Amigurumi whale. And as soon as I posted it, it was like, oh, blah, blah's done a whale. I'm like, well, her whale's different. Her whale starts from the bottom and goes and finishes at the top. Her fins were different from mine. They were extra bits that you added. Mine were integral. She followed a crochet pattern. I did not. So it's like they're completely different. Are they the same? Are they a whale? Yes, they're both a whale, but they're made differently. Just like, a rainbow. I did a rainbow. Feeling Spiffy did a rainbow. They're different. It doesn't matter. Two people can do the same thing as long as they make it differently.
Yeah, I agree.
Sarah Frizzle 123. When did you start looming? Around July 2013.
I was August, I believe.
Yeah. Oh, I'm asked the same question here as you. Before looming, what did you do in your free time? So I'm going to cross that one out because we've already answered that.
I've been asked, how did you guys meet? It was over Facebook Messenger.
You asked me that.
Yeah. What?
How did you first meet?
Yeah, we've already said that.
Yep.
Have we seen each other? No.
No, only photos.
Photos. And somebody else asked, would you show a photo? There is a photo of me on my Facebook page. I believe there's one on Instagram. So
yeah, there's a photo of me on my Izzalicious.com site.
Next question.
I'm being asked here, why are you looming? By DER_TUDDL. Why are you looming? Because I love it. It's fun.
Can I just say, when I was given that demo, I found I had broken my arm previously to my elbow. 8 months prior to me looming, or 9 months, whatever.
Yeah.
I was in pain every day with my broken elbow, and that looming actually helped with the function of my whole arm. I was told I would only be able to bend my arm 45%. I'm at 95%, and I am going to tell you it is because of looming.
That's fantastic.
Severely broken 3.5 inches off my elbow, and I was able to fully function my arm in less pain because of looming.
That's fantastic. I had an ulnar nerve release operation years ago, probably about, I suppose, 15 years ago. And because I'd lost the use of my left hand completely. And I do find that if I don't keep my hand moving, it does stiffen up and I get cramps in it, and my hand will spasm and just sort of cramp up, and I look like I've got this claw. And looming, since I've been looming, I do not have that. So I do think it's very helpful for things like that.
It's taken my mind off a lot of things too. So I'm very grateful for looming, and I'm having fun doing it.
Yeah, I love it. It's fun.
I have a question from Amy Irons. Who is your favorite loomer?
I have the same question.
I am my favorite loomer. No, but seriously, I do not have a favorite loomer because I think everybody out there has so much talent that it's impressive because everybody is different.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm the same as you. We've actually become very good friends. I say we, Cheryl and I, all the designers have sort of become very, very good friends. We support each other. We help each other. Most of us actually all get on really well. And if we see videos uploaded by people who are stealing work and stuff, we all let each other know. And we've tried to foster a really good and healthy community between us. And yes, there's going to be a few flies in the ointment. There's always going to be, some people that you don't get on with, but you just learn to live with that. But by and large, we're all really good friends. And like Cheryl, I have a great deal of respect for everybody.
I do too. Everybody is really nice. We've been in contact with everybody. Everybody's helped me in some way or another. I remember I was so grateful when my Instagram account was shut down. Justin's Toys helped me out. Like DIY helped me out. Everybody helped me out.
Yep. I'm asked a question here by Joe Lock _03. If you could do any other job than looming, what would it be? So my job before looming, I was a medical sales rep. I wasn't a drug rep. I was a specialist with wound care, urology products, enteral feeding products. I've sold plastic surgery implants. I've sold laparoscopic instruments. Absolutely love the medical field. My father was a doctor. My stepmother was a nurse. So if I could do any other job, it would definitely probably be back in that. But my most favorite job, and the one that I had always wanted for as long as I could remember, ever since being a little girl myself, was to be a mummy.
Yeah.
And that is my most favorite job, and I'm doing it, and flying by the seat of my pants again, but loving it. And I've got this beautiful little girl to show for it.
Well, I was in the manufacturing industry, so we were manufacturing garments. The garment industry went to Bangladesh. I was asked to go to Bangladesh. That didn't go well, but then I became a merchandiser. My whole life I've been in the sewing industry, so that's why I enjoy sewing my parts onto my Amigurumi little figures, because I was a sewer.
Nice.
I was in that industry.
Very nice.
And that's it for what I have.
I've got a few more. I've got one from Vince Art Designs. Do you buy lots of bands? Please make a storage video. Well, I've made a storage video. And do I buy? Yes, I buy lots of bands. Oh, I do. And then I've got loads of bands of colors that I haven't made anything from. So yes, my house sort of explodes with bands. You fit all yours in a closet?
A couple closets. Couple closets. I am very sloppy with my bands. I used to have containers, and I ended up putting them all in Ziploc bags. So I would come home after purchasing my bands, and kind of, if you take 4 bags of bands and put them into a Ziploc bag, it doesn't look like I bought 4 bags of bands. So that's what I do, is I put them into Ziploc bags, and those Ziploc bags get put into reusable shopping bags, and they get put away into closets. So anybody who knows me and comes to my house, please don't open my closets. it might fall out. Everything else is neat except the bands.
I'm asked by Loomazing Ideas, which do you like better, Loomagurumi or just Rainbow Loom? I like both.
I
I'm
like both.
I'm having a lot of fun with Lumigurumi because it's new
Yeah.
and there's lots of ideas and I've got more ideas than time in the day. But I do enjoy both. And it's funny, after doing a lot of Lumigurumi projects, to go back to the loom, it's sort of like, oh, it's like putting on a pair of old slippers.
Yeah.
So I have tried to keep my channel where I'm doing both, because obviously I don't want to alienate people that are still just doing loom projects. I'm also asked, this is by I Heart, I Heart Horses 2210. If you could go back in your life and change one thing, what would it be? And I thought about this. I thought about this this morning. I thought, oh, I could change this and I could change that. And I thought, no, if there's one thing I've learned from all my sci-fi shows, you don't change anything
Yeah.
because otherwise you wouldn't be where you're at today.
Yeah.
So
There's a
you go
reason.
through everything for a reason, whether you're being bullied at the moment or whether, you've had something happen. Like I was devastated when my father died. Everything happens for a reason and you move through it. You just have to keep standing and push through it. So if people are bullying you, my husband was unmercifully bullied at school. And he went back for a 10-year anniversary, and one of the guys that had bullied him came up and said to him, I'm really, really sorry that I gave you such a hard time at school. And Aaron said, you know what? It has made me the man I am today. Please don't lose sleep about it. I'm not. And that's exactly right. Everything you go through happens for a reason and it gets better. If it's bad for you at the moment, hang in there. It gets better. It really, really does. So I really wouldn't change anything. Maybe not eating so much. Maybe that's the only thing.
I do have a question. How many looms do you have from Heidi Dickinson? Kate, do you remember how many looms I have?
I do.
I went on a loom crazy where I just kept buying looms because I had so many ideas that each loom, there was at a point where each loom had a design on it. Not that they were good, but each loom had a design on it because I had all these ideas. So I have 27 looms.
Oh my goodness, woman. I've got I think it's 4 rainbow looms, and then I had gone to 5 below, and they're those green looms that you can snap together. And I got about 8 of those so that I was trying to make a mural. And what I wanted to do, well, no, I wasn't making a mural. I was making figures on an extended loom, and I wanted to be able to convert them into a single loom, but I had to lay it out so that I could see what I was doing and how I would then work out how to make it on a single loom. So I got probably about 8 of those to just be able to work out how to convert things from extended looms into smaller looms.
I used to do my videos when I was doing with the loom. I would have my layout on the loom. So I would have one with the ears, one with the legs, one with the arms, one with the... So I felt like I needed all those looms.
Nice. I've got people asking me if I'm going to make other outfits for my Izzy Busy doll. Absolutely, I am. How many bands do you buy a month? I dread to think. It depends what I'm doing. Like when I'm making the Elsa costume, I had to buy more bands for that. So I usually go to rainbowloom.com and buy bands from there. I'm appalling at sorting bands. I don't like sorting bands, especially skin tone bands. It's a waste of my time. So I have been using the kirinstores.com.au, and I've been buying my skin tone bands from them, and they're very good. They're in Aussie dollars, which means they're a little bit cheaper, and they send free worldwide shipping. So I've been doing that. Somebody asks if I prefer Hobby Lobby bands or Rainbow Loom. Not Hobby Lobby. I prefer Rainbow Loom. If given the chance, I would buy Rainbow Loom every single time, but they don't always have all the colors. What about you, Cheryl?
In Canada, we have the rainbow loom bands everywhere. They're the basic color. So I do order my bands from the website.
Yeah.
If I was to buy the knockoff brands, that's what the word I'm going to use.
Yeah.
Kind of brands. They're actually more money than the rainbow loom bands here.
Really?
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yes.
Definitely look into the Kirin stores. I've been blown away by their skin tones, and I was using so many to do my Izzy Busy doll. I mean, they were fantastic. I was really happy with those.
Good.
I don't think I really have any other. There's a lot of double up questions. Like
Questions.
where do I keep my stuff in a plastic container? What do I do with it? I give it away as friends. Thank you all so much for participating in this and asking your questions. It
It's
was
different.
really
It's fun.
fun.
This is
Yeah.
this is different. It was nice.
Yeah. And we love, I have to say this for me, and I'm sure it's the same with you, Cheryl. When you're doing your videos now, because you've become friends with so many of the people that follow you, on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, when you get a comment from somebody, it's like, oh, it's my friend. And,
Yes.
when I'm doing my videos, I used to be really self-conscious that I was sitting in my room talking to myself, and I'd be a bit embarrassed. I'm sitting here nattering away, laughing, making jokes, and then I think, oh, there's nobody here. Cat must think I'm absolutely bonkers. But I think of you guys. It's like I'm talking to you guys. It's not like I'm talking to myself.
Yes, I do find with the Lumigurumi, I can't talk really well looming. I can only do one thing at a time. That's why I lay out my bands. I find it really hard to talk and tell you what I'm doing. But I used to be very, very self-conscious when I started doing my videos. It's either I would talk too fast or I would talk too slow.
Yeah.
And I've come to a pace now where I'm comfortable, but I don't feel like I'm talking to myself anymore. No.
No. Yeah, I definitely don't. Yeah. All right, my
All right.
darling. Better get my bum into gear and do some
Yeah.
work.
Yes. Thank you. And
It's
thank
been
you everybody
such
for watching.
fun. Take care.
Bye now.
Bye.